Can you read English well but can't understand when people speak? Do you feel lost when watching English movies or listening to podcasts?
You're not alone. Today, we're going to share powerful strategies that will transform your English listening skills, and they actually work.
Stay with us because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear action plan to become a confident English listener.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Alex. Welcome back to Fluent English Talk.
We're so excited to have you here today. If you're new to our channel, welcome. You've just found your new favorite English learning resource.
And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. We truly appreciate your support and dedication to learning.
Today's lesson is all about improving your English listening skills. This is one of the most important skills for fluency, but it's also one of the hardest.
That's so true. Many learners can read and write English well, but when someone speaks, especially native speakers, they can't understand anything.
Exactly. So today, we're going to share practical, proven methods to improve your listening comprehension step by step.
We'll cover active listening techniques, the best resources to use, common mistakes to avoid, and daily habits that will make a huge difference.
Whether you're a beginner or intermediate learner, you'll find strategies you can start using today.
And before we dive in, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more English learners like you.
And don't forget to subscribe to Fluent English Talk and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our practical English lessons.
All right, let's get started.
Okay, Alex, before we talk about solutions, let's understand the problem. Why is listening in English so difficult?
Great question. I think the first reason is speed. Native speakers talk fast. They don't pause between words like in textbooks.
Exactly. In textbooks, you see, I am going to the store. But in real life, native speakers say, I'm gonna the store, really quickly.
Right, gonna is how we say going to in casual speech. It sounds completely different.
Another reason is connected speech. Connected speech means words blend together when people talk naturally.
Yes, for example, what do you want sounds like what do you want? The words connect.
Exactly. And there are also reductions. Reductions mean that some sounds disappear or change in natural speech.
Right, like want to becomes wanna, got to becomes gotta, kind of becomes kinda.
These changes make listening very challenging. Challenging means difficult, but not impossible.
Another difficulty is different accents. Accents are the different ways people pronounce English based on where they're from.
Right. British English sounds different from American English, which sounds different from Australian English.
And even within America or Britain, there are regional accents. Regional means related to a specific area or region.
Exactly. Plus, there's background noise, unfamiliar vocabulary, and speaking styles.
Right, some people speak clearly, others mumble. Mumble means to speak quietly and unclearly.
So listening is difficult for many reasons. But don't worry, we have solutions.
Yes, let's talk about the strategies that actually work. Okay, the first important concept is the difference between active listening and passive listening.
This is so important. Passive listening means you play English in the background while doing other things, cooking, cleaning, scrolling on your phone.
Right, you're hearing English, but you're not really paying attention or trying to understand.
Exactly. Passive listening can help a little bit, but it won't make you fluent.
Right, it's like background music. You hear it, but you're not learning from it.
So what's active listening?
Active listening means you focus completely on what you're hearing. You try to understand every word. You pause, you rewind, you take notes.
Yes, you're fully engaged. Engaged means actively involved and paying full attention.
Exactly. Active listening is much more effective for improving your skills.
So here's my question. How do you practice active listening?
Great question. Let me share some techniques. First, choose appropriate material. Appropriate means suitable for your level.
Right, don't start with super fast podcasts if you're a beginner.
Exactly. Start with content made for English learners, slower, clearer speech.
What else?
Use subtitles strategically. Strategically means in a planned, smart way.
How should we use subtitles?
First, watch without subtitles. Try to understand as much as possible. Then, watch with English subtitles, not your native language subtitles.
Why English subtitles?
Because you're training both your ears and your reading at the same time. You connect the sounds with the written words.
That makes sense. So English subtitles only, or no subtitles.
Exactly. And here's another tip. Listen to the same thing multiple times.
Yes, this is so important. The first time, you might understand 30%. The second time, maybe 50%. The third time, 70%.
Right. Each time you listen, you catch more words and understand better.
Perfect. So active listening means choose appropriate material, focus completely, use English subtitles, and listen multiple times.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about specific methods.
All right, Alex, let's talk about shadowing. What is shadowing?
Shadowing is a powerful technique where you listen to English and repeat it immediately, like an echo.
Like an echo, that means a sound that repeats, so you copy what you hear right away.
Exactly. You try to match the pronunciation, the rhythm, and the intonation.
Intonation means the rise and fall of your voice when speaking.
Right. So shadowing helps you with listening, pronunciation, and speaking all at the same time.
Wow, how do you practice shadowing?
Okay, here's the process. Step 1. Choose a short audio clip, maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute.
Should it be fast or slow?
Start with slower content. As you improve, you can increase the speed.
Okay, what's step 2?
Step 2. Listen to the clip several times without repeating. Just focus on understanding.
So you familiarize yourself first. Familiarize means to become comfortable with something.
Exactly. Step 3. Start shadowing. Play the audio and speak along at the same time.
So you're speaking while listening.
Yes, you're trying to stay just a half second behind the speaker.
That sounds hard.
It is at first, but with practice, it becomes easier, and it's incredibly effective.
What if you can't keep up?
That's okay. Just do your best. Even if you miss some words, keep going.
Great advice. How often should you practice shadowing?
I recommend 10 to 15 minutes every day. Consistency is more important than length.
Consistency means doing something regularly over time.
Exactly. 10 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week.
Perfect. So shadowing helps you improve listening, pronunciation, and fluency all together.
Yes, now let's talk about another powerful method. Okay, the next method is dictation. Dictation means listening to something and writing down exactly what you hear.
Oh, I love dictation. It really forces you to listen carefully.
Exactly. When you have to write every word, you can't be lazy with your listening.
So, how do you practice dictation?
Here's the process. Step 1. Choose a short audio clip, maybe 1 to 2 minutes.
Should we use easy or difficult content?
Start with content slightly below your level. You want to understand most of it, but not everything.
Okay, what's step 2?
Step 2. Listen to the entire clip once without writing. Just listen and try to understand the general meaning.
So you get the main idea first.
Right. Step 3. Now listen sentence by sentence and write down exactly what you hear.
Should you pause after each sentence?
Yes, play one sentence, pause, write it down. Then move to the next sentence.
What if you can't understand a word?
Leave a blank space. Don't give up. Just keep going.
Okay, so after you finish writing, then what?
Step 4. Listen to the whole clip again and fill in the blanks you missed.
Good. And step 5?
Step 5. Check your writing against the transcript. Transcript means the written text of the audio.
So you see which words you missed or spelled wrong.
Exactly. And this is where the learning happens. You see your mistakes and learn from them.
What kind of mistakes do people usually make?
Often they miss small words like the, or to, or they mishear words because of connected speech.
Right, like hearing I'm going to as I'm gonna.
Exactly. Dictation reveals these problems. Reveals means shows or makes visible.
How often should someone practice dictation?
I recommend 2 to 3 times a week. It's very effective, but also mentally tiring.
Mentally tiring means it makes your brain work hard.
Right, but it's worth it because dictation dramatically improves your listening accuracy.
Great method. Now let's talk about choosing the right content. Okay, Alex, choosing the right content is so important. If the material is too hard or too easy, you won't improve.
Exactly. So let's talk about the right level. You should understand about 60 to 70% of what you hear.
Why is 60 to 70%? Why not 100%?
Because if you understand 100%, it's too easy. You're not challenging yourself.
Challenging yourself means pushing yourself to do something difficult.
Right. But if you understand less than 50%, it's too hard and you'll feel frustrated.
So 60 to 70% is the sweet spot. Sweet spot means the perfect balance.
Exactly. At this level, you understand the main idea, but you're still learning new words and phrases.
Great. So what materials should beginners use?
Beginners should start with content specifically made for English learners.
Like what?
Like English learning podcasts, graded readers with audio, or YouTube channels that teach English slowly and clearly, like ours.
Right. Content for learners uses simpler vocabulary and speaks more slowly.
Exactly. As you improve, you can move to intermediate content.
What's good for intermediate learners?
Intermediate learners can try children's audiobooks, simple podcasts about interesting topics, or TV shows with subtitles.
Why children's audiobooks?
Because they use clear pronunciation, interesting stories, but simpler vocabulary.
That's smart. What about advanced learners?
Advanced learners can handle authentic content. Authentic content means materials made for native speakers, not for learners.
Like news, regular podcasts, movies, TV series?
Exactly. But even advanced learners should start with topics they're interested in.
Why is interest important?
Because when you're interested, you're more motivated and you understand better from context.
Context from surrounding information, not just the words.
Exactly. So everyone should choose content they find interesting and at the right level.
Perfect advice. Now let's talk about daily listening habits.
Okay, Lisa. Improving listening skills requires consistent practice. We need to build daily habits.
Absolutely. Building habits means creating regular behaviors that become automatic.
Right. So let's share some practical daily habits anyone can follow.
Great. Habit number 1, listen to English every morning.
Yes, make it part of your morning routine. While having breakfast, listen to an English podcast or watch an English video.
Just 10 to 15 minutes every morning. Morning routine means the things you do regularly each morning.
Exactly. Habit number 2, listen during your commute.
Commute means your journey to work or school.
Right. Instead of scrolling on social media, listen to English podcasts or audiobooks.
This is perfect because you're using time you'd spend anyway.
Exactly. Habit number 3, Watch one English video before bed.
Yes, make it relaxing content, maybe a story or interesting documentary.
Right. This makes listening enjoyable, not a chore. Chore means an unpleasant task.
Exactly. Habit number 4. Join English listening groups online.
Great idea. There are many communities where people practice listening together.
Yes, you can discuss what you heard, ask questions, and stay motivated.
Habit number 5. Use English for entertainment.
What do you mean?
Instead of watching movies in your native language, watch them in English. Instead of your native language music, listen to English songs.
So you're replacing your native language with English in fun activities.
Exactly. This way, learning feels natural, not forced.
I love this. Habit number 6. Set a daily listening goal.
Yes, like, I will listen to English for 30 minutes every day.
And track your progress. Track your progress means to monitor and record your improvement.
Right. You could use an app, a journal, or a calendar to mark each day you complete your goal.
This creates accountability. Accountability means being responsible for your actions.
Exactly. These daily habits will transform your listening skills over time.
Perfect. Now let's talk about common mistakes to avoid. All right, let's discuss common mistakes that prevent people from improving their listening skills.
Good idea. Mistake number 1. Always using subtitles in your native language.
Yes, this is a huge mistake. When you read your native language, you're not training your ears.
Right. You're just reading and ignoring the English audio.
So what should people do instead?
Use English subtitles or no subtitles at all. This forces your brain to process the English sounds.
Exactly. Mistake number 2. Only listening to one type of English.
What do you mean?
Well, some people only listen to American English, or only British English, or only formal English.
I see. They need variety. Variety means different types or kinds.
Exactly. Listen to different accents, different speaking speeds, different topics.
Right. This prepares you for real-world situations where you meet different people.
Mistake number 3. Listening passively all the time.
Yes, we talked about this earlier. Just playing English in the background won't make you fluent.
Right. You need focused, active listening sessions where you really concentrate.
Exactly. Mistake number 4. Choosing content that's too difficult.
Oh yes, some learners try to watch fast-paced American sitcoms when they're beginners.
Right. Then they understand nothing, feel frustrated, and give up.
So start with easier content and gradually increase difficulty.
Exactly. Mistake number 5. Not listening repeatedly.
What do you mean?
Many people listen to something once, don't understand much, and then move to something new.
Oh, instead, they should listen to the same thing multiple times.
Yes, each time you listen, you understand more. Repetition is key.
Repetition means doing something again and again.
Right. Mistake number 6. Ignoring pronunciation and connected speech.
This is important. People don't study how words sound different in natural speech.
Exactly. They expect want to, but hear wanna and get confused.
So they should study common reductions and connected speech patterns.
Yes, there are many resources online that teach this.
Mistake number 7. Giving up too quickly.
Oh, this is the biggest mistake. Listening skills take time to develop.
Right, you can't become fluent in a week or even a month.
Exactly. You need consistent practice over months and years.
But improvement comes gradually. Gradually means slowly and steadily over time.
Right. So be patient with yourself and trust the process.
All right, Alex, let's do a fun role play. Let's imagine you're a student asking me for advice about improving listening skills.
Great idea. Here we go. Hi, Lisa. I really need your help. I've been studying English for 2 years, but I still can't understand movies or native speakers.
Hi, I understand your frustration. Many learners have this problem. Tell me, how do you currently practice listening?
Well, I watch English movies with subtitles in my language. Is that okay?
Ah, I see the problem. Using subtitles in your native language means you're reading, not listening. Your ears aren't getting trained.
Oh no. So what should I do?
Try using English subtitles instead, or better yet, watch without subtitles and challenge yourself.
But I won't understand anything.
That's okay at first. Start with easier content, maybe videos made for learners or children's shows.
Children's shows? Really?
Yes, they use clear pronunciation and simpler vocabulary. It's perfect for building your skills.
Okay, I'll try that. Any other advice?
Yes, practice active listening for at least 15 minutes every day. Focus completely, no distractions.
Active listening. That means really concentrating, right?
Exactly. Also, try the shadowing technique. Listen and repeat immediately.
Shadowing. I've heard of that. Does it really work?
Absolutely. It helps with listening, pronunciation, and fluency all at once.
Wow, I'll start today. How long before I see improvement?
If you practice every day, you'll notice improvement in about 2 to 3 months. But remember, be patient and consistent.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I feel motivated now.
You're welcome. You can do this.
Great role play. Did everyone notice the encouraging phrases Lisa used?
Yes, like, I understand your frustration and you can do this. These show empathy and support.
Empathy means understanding and sharing someone's feelings.
Right. These phrases are great for supportive conversations.
Okay, Lisa, let's share some specific resources people can use to improve their listening.
Great idea. For beginners, I recommend English learning podcasts like ESL Pod or British Council Learn English.
Yes, these are specifically made for learners, so they speak clearly and explain vocabulary.
For intermediate learners, try 6-Minute English by BBC or Simple Audiobooks.
Right, and there are great YouTube channels, including ours, of course.
Of course, for advanced learners, try authentic podcasts like This American Life or TED Talks.
Yes, TED Talks are great because the speakers usually speak clearly and the topics are interesting.
What about apps?
There are many. Elsa Speak helps with pronunciation, and Link helps with vocabulary while listening.
And don't forget streaming services. Netflix, YouTube, and podcasts are full of English content.
Right, the key is choosing content you enjoy. If you like comedy, watch comedy. If you like science, listen to science podcasts.
Exactly. Interest keeps you motivated.
All right, let's review the key vocabulary from today's lesson.
Great. First, challenging. Difficult, but not impossible.
Accents, different ways of pronouncing English based on where people are from.
Connected speech, when words blend together in natural speaking.
Reductions, when sounds disappear or change in casual speech.
Passive listening, hearing English in the background without focusing.
Active listening, focusing completely and trying to understand everything.
Engaged, actively involved and paying attention.
Appropriate, suitable for your level.
Strategically, in a planned, smart way.
Intonation, the rise and fall of your voice when speaking.
Consistency, doing something regularly over time.
Dictation, listening and writing down exactly what you hear.
Transcript, the written text of audio content.
Authentic content, materials made for native speakers.
Commute, your journey to work or school.
Track your progress, monitor and record your improvement.
Empathy, understanding and sharing someone's feelings.
Great review.
Okay, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered today.
First, we discussed why listening is difficult: speed,
connected speech, reductions, different accents.
Then we explained the difference between active listening and passive listening.
We shared the shadowing technique, listening and repeating immediately.
We explained dictation practice, listening and writing exactly what you hear.
We discussed choosing appropriate materials for your level. 60 to 70% comprehension is ideal.
We shared daily listening habits, morning practice, listening during commutes, and watching before bed.
We covered common mistakes, using native language subtitles, choosing content that's too hard, and giving up too quickly.
And we did a role play and shared recommended resources.
Perfect summary.
Now we want to hear from you.
First question, what's your biggest challenge with English listening? Speed, accents, vocabulary?
Write in the comments. We want to know.
Second question, what kind of content do you usually listen to? Podcasts, movies, YouTube?
Share your favorites. Maybe other viewers will discover something new.
Third question, which technique will you try first? Shadowing, dictation, active listening?
Tell us your plan. Making a public commitment helps you follow through.
And if you have your own tips for improving listening, share them.
Yes, our community learns from each other.
All right, everyone, we've reached the end of today's lesson.
We hope you found these strategies helpful and feel ready to improve your listening skills.
Remember, listening is one of the most important skills for fluency. If you can understand spoken English, you can communicate effectively.
But it takes time and consistent practice. Don't expect overnight results.
Right. Be patient with yourself. Practice every day, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes. Use active listening techniques, choose appropriate materials, and avoid common mistakes.
And most importantly, enjoy the process. Choose content you find interesting.
If you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable, please give it a big thumbs up.
It really helps us continue creating free English lessons for you.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button.
We post new lessons every week: conversation practice, grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, and more.
Turn on the notification bell so you're notified when we upload new content. Thank you so much for watching and for being part of the Fluent English Talk community.
Remember, consistent practice leads to fluency. Keep listening, keep learning, keep improving.
We believe in you. See you in the next video.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.